So this has got obviously it's got a lot more body to it. It's got a you know, I assume you're selling it more expensively than the first one. So this is you know, if anybody's asking about it, any of the history about it, if you like, this is really to try and emulate the concept of the garage scene, which was a period. It didn't go on. It doesn't still continue. It started in the early 90s, about 92, and finished by about 2001. 2001, the Garagiste were out of fashion.
Was this made in that style? With the, you know,
it is. You know, you've got quite high oak on this, and I think you can get that.
Mm-hmm.
And this is definitely, when we talked about it early on, we definitely thought this would be more in the style for the US market, and definitely from a consumer rating perspective, this definitely sits.
Yeah.
I think it's the highest out of the three or close. The that and the Sauvignon rate pretty similar. Yeah.
And in the UK, that's gone similarly. Because Ray's asked for more of it for this year.
Why do you think the Garagiste were out of style?
Well, fashion in any form goes in and out of style, and we were very fashionable. We were very. I mean, we were able to do some crazy things. To be charging on a mark that's only been around for, let's say, about 5 years, and be charging the same price as Lafite and Latour is an enjoyable experience. Yeah. But you know, Latour and Lafite have been around for a hell of a long period of time, and I think there was a reaction to it by the trade. Within Bordeaux, we have a system called the negociant system, which is too boring and too complicated to talk about it now, but it's a strange thing, and what it does is it removes exclusivities. So you have a bunch of negociants who buy lots of different wines, and these wines are then spread to the whole world. The problem with it is that the rest of the world doesn't want that. The rest of the world wants exclusivities, in the same way that native wants exclusivity. I think that a lot of the deals that the Garagistes were doing were directly. For instance, the first 5 years of Le Dôme, I sold that to Justrini and Brooks in the UK, which is like J&B, as in J&B whiskey. They had a 5-year exclusivity on it. And people didn't like those kind of deals because it basically puts certain people out of business in Bordeaux. So I think the reaction to it was a trade thing more than anything else. We were also kind of running out of ideas, and you know, by 2001, Lafite had got double sorting. They'd actually managed to decide it was a good idea. So it was a little bit like sort of, you know, when your dad nicks your PSP, what are you going to do next? So we thought, okay, well, because we had to maintain people's interest, so we started taking an idea which is much more New World, really, which is the concept of single vineyards, and we applied that to Saint-Emilion. So we're one of the few people that do a series of wines based around specific plots. So we went, if you like, from just concentrating on winemaking and it being nothing else, to actually the opposite of that, which is the concept of terroir, or single vineyards.
How many years do you think before Lafite starts doing their single vineyard ranges?
Well, the problem is that Bordeaux talks terroir, but it's actually a lot of bullshit, really, because you know, every wine, if you take Lafite, year on year, the same blocks don't go into the main wine because we have first and second wines. We don't, but people like Lafite do, and which was brought in sort of after the war to become more qualitative, and that actually reduces the concept of terroir from the point of view of place, because it becomes more about blending. Bordeaux's about blending. The best blenders, I think, in the world come from Bordeaux or have done time in Bordeaux. Sorry, when I say done time, I don't know anybody who's done time in Bordeaux.
Get that toilet one.